YouTube. This video, we got the most dangerous family in music history. And it is a picture of Polo G's demonized family, bro. Now, Polo G, bro. I have heard about your family. And I'm talking about your whole entire family. Down to your mom, to your grandma. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see you in person, I'm gonna dap you up. Actually, I wouldn't even get close. I'd just say, bro, when the next time you dropping it, and then that's gonna be the end of it, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't want to get too close to any of these rappers. I think a lot of them is demons. I ain't gonna say all of them, bro, but a lot of these niggas is really demons. Now, do I think Polo G is a demon? Nigga, I don't know. I know everything around him is demons. So, is Polo G a demon? But let's get into it.
The admirable thing and use his fame and success to support his family.
Good.
But it all backfired on him.
Yo, I used to hate, bro, when I was in high school, niggas used to always walk around, Walmart Polo G. Like, bro, that shit was so annoying. And that shit got corny after a while. Like, damn, bro, that's all y'all got to say. Polo G! Like, damn, that shit is annoying, bro.
Second that I got my shining spotlight, I was willing and ready to put it on my family too. That's just the type of person I am.
1 month before his album dropped in 2023, U.S. Marshals were outside his home, looking for his brother.
Bro, the fucking U.S. Marshals got my house surrounded.
Yo, what the fuck are you doing?
They got my fucking house surrounded, gang. What the
What are you doing having them around your house, nigga? You got a bomb threat?
2024, footage emerged of his mom threatening his sister with a firearm. And it seems like too much of a coincidence that
this
while all
nigga
this
whole
was
family
going
is
on, Polo
trigger
G's
happy.
fourth album suffered continuous delays, which allowed all of the hype and momentum that he had built up over his career to die down. So has Polo G's family blown it for him? And could this serve as a cautionary tale that you should never mix family with business?
Yo, with an insane family, what I noticed about an insane family that like has no type of sense at all, like no screws inside their head. It's always that one sane person in an insane family, bro. Always. It's just always at least one sane person, bro.
Oriented person, it's very difficult to separate Polo G's story from the family. In fact, he first got into music through his older sister, Leilani.
Yeah, like my sister, one of the real reasons that I ever started to take up music, because I seen all the attention she'd get from all our family, like where they'll put on Front Street to sing and give her a lot of attention from that.
Polo's story is very similar to other Chicago rappers, but Polo argues that his mother was a parent who tried harder than everybody else to prevent him from getting on the wrong side of the law. But this only delayed the inevitable, and Polo got involved in gang activity when he was 17. In an interview with Vlad TV, he said, I had a different upbringing though, like I used to want to hoop and my mama cared more than everybody else. So you feel me, she wouldn't let me go off and do all that. But when I got older, it's like, I don't want to ask you for this. I see you struggling and you need help yourself, so I'm going to just help myself. At 19, Polo had spent a year in and out of jail.
That's how it happened with a lot of people.
Robbing cars. At the same time, he was also a semi-successful YouTube rapper. However, it was while in jail that he was told that there was a buzz growing behind his music, and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity was waiting for him when he was released.
You feel me? During my incarceration, like every time I phone home, like people was telling me, like, you feel me? Your music going up out here, you going crazy. And then just sitting throughout that time, I was just thinking about it heavily. Like when I get out, I'm gonna be at that nonstop.
Polo G would stand out from the many other rappers from Chicago due to his melodic singing and the emotional depth that he brought to his music, particularly in relation to the trauma of living in Chicago. Record deals started flowing in, and he needed a manager, so he decided that he would let his mother do the job.
Well, my mom was like always like a businesswoman. Like she used to do like property management and stuff like that. So she always had a business mind. I just ended up like.
What's up with the private school allegations, bro? I heard you went to a private school. Is that true? Like, what's up with those allegations, bro?
Putting it into her head, like maybe you should do this because that's the only person I feel like I could trust in a slimy game like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with a private school,
Despite
bro.
not being from the industry, her background in property management meant that she was good at reading contracts and negotiating. And it was these transferable skills that led to Polo G not just signing the first deal that came to him, and eventually signed with Columbia Records. Polo would also help his younger brother too, and help him on his way to becoming a rapper.
I got kicked out of school. My brother, he was shooting up to the top. So I'm seeing him doing it. I'm like, damn, like, why can't I?
This dude's a straight up
At
demon.
just 20 years of age, Polo G would see his debut album, Die a Legend, reach number 6 on the album charts.
The
His
album
career
was
was
hard.
skyrocketing to the top, and his immediate reaction was to take his loved ones along with him on the journey.
Person I am.
That album was on
I wanna see
repeat.
My peoples do good, and like starting out, everybody had a hand in what I had going on. Like my pops was setting up my equipment on tour. My sister was my tour
Is that a Richard Millie on this man's wrist? Ooh, he got big money now.
manager. My mama was my actual manager. I probably had my little brother playing hype man for me at certain shows. Like that's just the type of person I am.
But this decision to bring his family with him came with its consequences, and sometimes even the people who you trust the most can let you down. One of Polo G's biggest ambitions was to make his little brother Tarion a successful rapper in his own right. He went by the name Trench Baby in reference to how the streets of Chicago are often referred to as the trenches, and this name in itself would become a warning sign for things to come. In an interview with Camp Capone News, Trench Baby made the rather revealing statement that despite his brother moving his entire family out to LA, he was still very much involved with his former life in Chicago.
I feel like I can't
But
physically
why
leave Chicago.
though, bro? It's just like, why would you? Like, what is he about to say?
I feel like I can physically leave Chicago, but I can't leave Chicago, if you know what I mean. Like that shit.
Why, bro? Why? It's time for you to live a different life, man. You don't gotta keep doing that shit no more, bro. It's time for you to live a whole different life, bro.
You know, it's just my people's back there. I got so much, feel me, going out there. It's like I can't just get all that shit up. Like, feel me.
Polo G, meanwhile, had a very different view of Chicago and had settled in LA.
Climate of Chicago, like, feel me, like I could turn around and be a billionaire. I could donate to 20 million charities. I can live in Hollywood as long as I want to, but when I come back to Chicago, it's still, they thinking of it from...
And when you listen to Trench Baby's music, he's not the greatest MC, but not the worst either. For whatever reason, his career didn't really take off. However, Polo G has said that he uses his brother and other friends when testing out new music, and how Trench Baby is one of the few people he knows who can give him an honest opinion.
I play music for my family, like my immediate family, like my brother. Like everybody who I work with and my team too, like I got a family bond with them. So like everybody don't tell me the truth. So I'm always like, they know I'm a bug with it too. Like, you fuck with this for real, man.
Yeah.
This shit hard for real.
Yo, is that a phone on his chain, bro? This nigga got a phone chain. This the first time I ever seen that. Does that shit turn on?
Like, tell me the truth. I don't want nobody around me like, yeah, this everything hard.
Trench Baby would ultimately become part of Polo G's entourage, and in June of 2021, both Polo and Trench Baby would get into serious trouble with the police.
Behind the driver, he's sitting behind the passenger seat. Shit, we next to each other. We get pulled over, and it's like 10 police cars. Now, we get pulled over, and they tell us they been following us as we hopped off our jet, all type of shit. They just tell us like, oh yeah, everybody in the back seat, everybody other than the driver gotta identify themselves. So we like why? Hell no, we ain't finna get y'all our identity. Like, what we being pulled over for? Y'all just pulled us over for nothing.
This led to an altercation between Polo G and a police officer where he faced multiple criminal charges.
I remember that.
Including battery of a police officer. However, these charges were later dismissed due to insufficient evidence. This Miami trip was for a listening party for his third album, Hall of Fame, which debuted at #1 on Billboard. This placed Polo
Number
G on
one?
the history books as the first rapper to have all of his
I
albums
did
reach.
not know that. This was #1 on the Billboard?
This Miami trip was for a listening party for his third album, Hall of Fame, which debuted at #1 on Billboard. This placed Polo G on the history books as the first rapper to have all of his albums reach platinum.
What?
And had a commercial rise that outshone the likes of Drake, Eminem, and even Jay-Z. This album was arguably a top-of-the-mountain moment for Polo G. Because
Nah,
when
not
trying to
arguably,
follow
it for
up,
sure
fans
was.
were left waiting. At Rolling Loud in 2022, Polo was teasing his fans with a new album.
What I got coming up next, I got an album that I'm dropping with Southside.
For sure.
You know what I mean? The name to be announced.
Okay.
Eventually, it was agreed that his fourth album, Hood Poet, would release in September of 2023. But a month before this album was scheduled to be released, Polo G was in trouble with the law once again. But when you look at the actual case, it looks as if it was his little brother Trench Baby that was mostly to blame.
2023 arrest. Oh, this.
On August 23rd,
Seemed like
2023,
Trench Baby
Polo
just
G's
be out here
Chatsworth
just,
mansion was raided
he's
by
still
police,
crashing.
which led to both he and his brother being brought to a local jail. However,
Like the whole
police had
family
initially
getting
raided
arrested.
the mansion because they were searching for Trench Baby, and Polo G got charged because police found Polo G's illegal short barrel rifle inside the home. The strangest
Damn.
thing was that Trench Baby was charged with robbery, despite living in his brother's $4.9 million mansion. A report from the LA Times read, the LAPD
Why you had to put the
said
price
that on
out
the
there,
evening
bro?
of August 15th, the victim arrived at the home of the suspect, whom they allege is Tarian Bartlett, or Trench Baby. While at the house, police said the suspect pulled out a handgun and asked the victim to transfer money to his account. While the victim complied, police said the suspect also demanded that he empty his pockets.
Hold on. This sounds... okay. This sounds... this story sounds pretty familiar.
The LAPD initially had a warrant for Trench Baby's house in Granada Hills, presumably paid for by Polo
Is it
G,
a
but
streamer?
the authorities learned that Trench Baby was staying at his brother's house, so they obtained a separate warrant for Polo G's home.
That goes
An
by
article
a
in
name
TMZ
Annoying
claimed that This
TV.
robbery supposedly took place at a music video shoot. Due to all of the legal troubles, Polo G decided to postpone the release of Hood Poet. But this album delay seemed trivial compared to what happened to his brother in November. After his initial charges, the LAPD did further digging into Trench Baby and came to quite an alarming conclusion. Trench
Man,
Baby
Polo came
was
a
charged
long
with
way
murder.
with them chains, bro.
Trench Baby was connected to a drive-by shooting of 20-year-old Deshaun Berry, who was apparently from Chicago and was known as Low Row. This incident took place in North Hollywood, where he was found deceased by paramedics. And while Polo and his brother both had criminal histories, getting charged with murder is obviously a devastating blow to anyone and the people around them.
Facts.
So you can clearly sympathize with Polo G continuing to delay the album and the promo and tours that come with it. However, Trench Baby's lawyer Bradford Cohen has argued that there's very little substance behind this murder charge. He said, "The case against Mr. Bartlett is an example of the Los Angeles State Attorney's Office trying to charge a young man with very little physical evidence and a lot of hearsay. No murder weapon, no motive. His cell phone does not place him on the scene, no gunshot residue, and there's no eyewitness identifying him."
So how was he getting
Whether
charged?
this murder charge is valid or not, it was the publicity behind this story that led to other stories about Trench Baby coming out of the woodwork, and how there was seemingly more than one robbery he was involved in. And shockingly, he was doing these robberies by using Polo G's name. His
This shit
robberies
is
would usually go
this
as
stupid as fuck, bro. This is like the stupidest shit of all time.
follows. Trench Baby would invite a cameraman or industry professional to do something for Polo G.
Why are you
When they
still
arrived at the
doing
location,
this?
They would quickly discover that Polo G was not there, and then they were being robbed by Trench Baby. According to DJ Academics, this has been an open secret in LA circles.
Well, let's call it a spade a spade. The conversation in the industry for the last year is that Polo G brother has been running around here robbing every cameraman, every videographer. He robbed even a couple streamers. Doing all types
Like
of
that shit is dumb. Nah, that's dumb as fuck, bro. And I know I just told y'all one of the streamers he robbed, bro. That man Annoying TV, but bro, that's dumb. That's fucking up Polo G's motion, though. That's fucking up his collabs and his business opportunities. Like, what? That's dumb as fuck, bro. That's so dumb. Nobody gonna want to collab with Polo G now
He's
because of his
using
brother.
Polo G's name.
Well,
Now,
he locked
to me,
up,
that was
but
odd. If your brother, who has a lot to lose, is the famous rapper, why are you running?
why are
around
you
here
doing exactly? Act. What's wrong with this nigga? What are you doing?
pulling out guns, having people at gunpoint?
Academics went on to say that people started thinking that Polo G was behind these robberies.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro, that wouldn't
by
even
the way,
make
Polo G,
sense.
if you probably will see this, so I'll tell you this directly. It got so bad, niggas thought you were lining people. Just to let you know, there was a thought that you were lining up people in the industry for robberies and other things.
Nah, it wouldn't even
Come to
make
find out
sense.
You had nothing to do with it. That's just your brother wilding out.
One of the rumored
Yeah, his
victims
brother
was the
just
streamer
crashing
Vlad
for
TV.
no reason.
According to Vlad TV, Trench Baby told the streamer that Polo G was going to give him an interview, and he asked him to come over to a studio to meet him. Lo and behold, Trench Baby pulled out 2 guns, took all of his money, and made him PayPal him.
Wait, did he say who?
Polo G victims was
Come to find out you had nothing to do with it. That's just your brother wilding out.
one of the rumored victims was the streamer Annoying TV.
Oh yeah, I already
According to
told you
Black
about
Liberty,
that. Yeah.
a hip-hop streamer where he was already quite established as a personality streamer, so he didn't go to the police. However, he did reach out to Kai Cenat and asked him to contact Polo G. Ultimately, the bank returned.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, Annoying. I feel like he should have just contacted the police, bro. He should have just contacted the police. He felt like, I seen an article, it said the reason he didn't contact the police was because he felt like it was going to ruin his career. That would not have ruined your career. You are not seen as a gangster, bro. You are seen as a streamer. It doesn't matter. If that's me, I'm calling. I'm telling the police, bro. I'm just keeping it a buck with you, bro. I'm telling the police. Like what?
TV's money. And you can see
know,
why
like,
Trench Baby's
what's wrong with
decision
this
to rob
nigga, bro?
the streamer could now indirectly affect his brother's career. On the song Dead, Polo seemed to reference his brother's behavior with the lyrics, "Lil bro too hot, he
This
don't
nigga
listen,
wearing
he'll probably
Bape.
end up with your pendant." And while listening to the song on stream, Annoying paused the song and basically confirmed the rumors.
He did end up with my pendant. I cannot lie, yo, Jack. I cannot lie.
The biggest question
nigga's
is,
stupid.
why would he be doing this? People will rob when they're short of cash, but this is clearly not
This
the
nigga's
case.
dumb.
For academics,
Yo.
this is a classic case of sibling rivalry and jealousy.
Because I think this is a larger problem that goes into when you are the sibling of a rich rapper and you're still trying to get some type of points. Like, you can't accept the role that you're in. You're not the rich, famous rapper. By the way, he's trying to help you be a rapper, too.
That's what
But
I'm
when
saying.
y'all in that family structure where now you're the ignored person because everybody cares about the star, right? The star is Polo G. You get people sometimes acting out.
At the same time, Polo G couldn't pin all of his woes on his brother, and in April of 2024, he was in trouble with the law once again. While staying at a hotel in Lower Manhattan, a maid discovered a loaded Glock in his hotel room and called the police.
Goodness,
The
bro.
thing is that New York has much stricter gun laws than California,
Facts.
and is generally a misdemeanor in California.
You don't
but
want to
a
get
felony
caught with no gun in
York.
New York, bro. You might get life. I'm not trolling, bro. You deadass might get life.
This is where DJ Vlad argued that Polo G now thought he was invincible.
And I think that's the problem with certain artists, is that they get big and they feel like they're too big to deal with reality. Yeah, I'm going to carry a gun. And when I get caught, my lawyer will take care of it. Yeah, my brother's doing whatever, but I got the money and I'll just bail him out.
Polo G and Vlad have had a well-documented beef in the past that they
That
seem
might
to
be
have
what's
patched
going
up.
through his mind. I'm not
So
gonna
far,
lie.
it seemed like
I
the
don't know
only
if
family member-
if he ever had if he sat down and talked to his brother about his actions or something, bro. But he should have. He should have, man, because he had multiple chances to do that shit before he actually went to jail and got locked up for good. I don't know if he locked up for good. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, how long he gonna be in there, but he should sit down and talk to him, bro, because he fucking up your business opportunities, bro.
During Polo G's career was his brother. However, around the same time that Polo G was arrested for this gun
It might
charge,
be impossible
became
to do
clear
a
that there
Polo
were
G
other
stream
issues
now.
going on within the family. In April, Polo G's sister Leilani released a worrying video where she admitted that she had violently attacked her mother, Stacia Mack, over Easter. Since Polo G's success, Stacia Mack had built an entire brand around her image as the mom and manager, or momager, of Polo G. One of the projects she launched was the I Birth Legends podcast, where she speaks with the moms behind successful people. Leilani seemed to call her out about this in the video too.
It took me a lot of points to get here. I whooped my mama on Easter. Beat the dog out of her.
What?
Bro, she a fake wanna be fake I birth legends that you not none of that. Let's talk about it. No, I don't get no Miana. I don't get no I don't care no more. I told
You
her that
beat your mom's ass? How do you even feel? How do you feel after doing that shit? You gotta feel like a terrible person after doing that, bro. Bro, what? The guilt in your heart after doing that shit, it gotta be crazy.
Yes, I did. And I beat the baby mama too. Stop playing with me.
On June 21st, 2024, an even more worrying video emerged of Stacey Mack running Leilani out of her home with a gun. Thankfully, Leilani was not hit, and this looked like a warning
family
shot
full of
used to
crash
intimidate.
outs, bro.
This footage also came from April, and it's not 100% clear whether this was the same incident as mentioned in the video before, but both happened, quote, at Easter. Stacey Mack went on to say that her daughter was having a manic episode and needed to defend herself.
A
She claimed that
manic episode? Oh my. So his family not even sane. Yo, bro, that's not funny, but like, yo, his family not even sane. Oh my god.
Before this incident, Leilani had come into her home unannounced, started attacking her, and breaking things all over the house.
Oh my goodness.
On social media, Stacey Mack defended herself and posted, writing, "For the past 2 years you've struggled. The struggle affected us all. Me more so because as a real mom, I was frontline. You've been self-coping, medicating, drinking, and passing out everywhere. You've refused treatment time and time again. You were having a manic episode and attack me in my home." Stacey Mack soon obtained a restraining order from her daughter.
Oh, family
And
need
coupled
therapy.
with Trench Baby's murder charge, this all looks like an extremely sad situation for the family in general. Ultimately, nobody wants to see a mother and daughter physically fighting with each other. Amidst all of this drama, Polo G finally released his long-awaited album, Hood Poet. And when promoting this album, he made a memorable appearance on The Breakfast Club and was asked about the multiple personal issues happening in his life.
Breakfast Club interview. I didn't get to see
One of the
this.
biggest questions on the album was why it had taken so long, and personal issues surrounding Polo G were clearly part of it.
What took so long?
You know, I went through a lot of things, you know, with my music and just personally that kept on derailing me. But, like, you know, I'm actually, like, glad I went through everything because I feel like I wouldn't have got the product that I ended up with. And I feel like it's the best one that I could have had in any year that I would have dropped.
The conversation then turned to Trench Baby, where Charlemagne argued that the rapper lifestyle
I don't
was
think I
responsible
ever-
for him getting locked
I don't think I ever listened to that album, Hood Poet. Yeah, I might gotta listen to that. I gotta see.
up. Polo G was quick to reject this narrative.
But definitely my little brother, you know, we was tight. We was close. So I speak to him. I be missing him a lot, though. That was my dog. I mean, that is my dog.
Do you feel like that, I don't want to say that's your fault, but like the rapper lifestyle led to him maybe getting jammed up like that?
I definitely want to say that.
No.
You can't really call it, to be honest, to be totally honest.
This may have leaked out on the internet beforehand, but the biggest bombshell of the interview seemed to be the fact that Polo G had fired his mom as his manager. This could
Damn.
be interpreted as him taking sides on what happened, or could be a decision from him to simply remove himself from all the drama. Polo was asked if he was still in contact with his mother.
Communicate now, or?
Not often. You know,
Oh, wow.
There's still communication there. It's just not like how it used to be. But I feel like that's just a rough patch in our relationship that'll get back to where it was.
And Polo G rather casually said that all of this was just another family feud, and they would all get back together once again.
For sure. We family. I mean, I feel like 'cause who I am, it's just being broadcasted more, and like everybody gonna talk about it. But everybody family go through shit like that. Shit I'm accustomed to.
And when it came to Hood Poet, you could argue that the personal issues over that past 12 months had really impacted the end product. Commercially and critically, this looks to be his weakest album.
What? That's his weakest
Hood Poet-
album? What? Is that what everybody said when this dropped? I didn't, like I told you, I didn't listen to this.
Would be released on August 15, 2024. All of his first 3 albums appeared on the Billboard Top 10, but Hood Poet only reached number 28. The
Oh,
YouTuber
wow.
1111 pointed out that his 2021 album Hall of Fame sold 140K in its first week, whereas Hood Poet only sold 24K, which is an
Ooh.
83% drop in sales. When it came to reviews, you also had the same common theme that this wasn't Polo G's best effort, despite the fact that he spent much more time working on it. A review in Slate magazine wrote, "If you weren't privy to the extended period during which that album was produced, you might mistake it for a rushed product." Strangely, Anthony Fantano reviewed his past 2 albums but skipped reviewing this one, which suggested that this album just did not have as much hype or relevancy surrounding it either. There's a sense that Polo G's style of rap is somewhat going out of fashion, which would naturally lead to a decrease in popularity, and album sales have been dropping across the board.
I don't think.
According to
Nah, that's not true. His style in rap is not. Nah, it's not going out of style, bro. That is not what it is. That's definitely not what it is. His style is. Bro, his style of rap is in style, bro. That's
Academics,
come on, bro.
this slump is happening to many of Polo G's peers.
This slump, if we being real, this album sales slump is happening to every single rapper right now. It's not, bro, it's not just Polo G, bro. So we not even finna do that, bro.
A generational shift.
We can say the same about YB.
You young kids.
You say the same about Dirt. Say the same about Lil Baby.
Or A Boogie, like, yo, y'all the hot for the moment. They're looking at new people. That's just what it is. So those guys, I mean, maybe if they get a hot song or whatever, like, of course it'll work. But their real fans got to pop out for them to make them sell, like, a lot. And for the most part, you know, maybe we thought it a little bit more. These guys are, like, in the 30K range.
You could even argue that Polo ultimately could no longer handle the weight of expectations, where he was almost expected to consistently drop a platinum album every year. Polo is not like Playboi Carti, where his absence only builds up hype for his next project, and his fans seem to demand more of what he was capable of delivering. After Hall of Fame, there was a lot of criticism about his choice of beats. The good news is that Polo G has a lot more substance to his music than the likes of other rappers that came up during the same era, which means that his fans will still appreciate his music as they get older and mature. But you can't help but wonder if he had released the same album in September of 2023, without the delays and heightened expectations, would the album have performed better? But at the same time, would Polo G be loved as much as he is today if he wasn't so empathetic and connected to his roots, mainly his family?